I was listening to one of our throwback shows last evening.
Okay.
And the title of it had me very intrigued. It was a whole debacle about DVDs and my Newman doc. And I've forgotten all about these stories, but it was the time. It's 10 years old. It's over 10 years old. It's 10 and a half years old.
Okay.
And everybody had passed on our Newman doc, Sundance. We weren't able to sell it anywhere, do anything with it. We ended up paying to put it on Velocity and paying for the commercial time, which I now look back on. It's like it's a doc about Paul Newman, and it's a great doc. It stars Paul Newman. You know what I mean? Everybody passed on it. Which there's so much fucking inside trader bullshit. I'm just telling you. If you look at the average score of the average doc on Rotten Tomatoes that made it into Sundance, this doc is 25 points higher. There's no fucking reason why. And Sundance, Butch and Sundance, Robert Redford, that's his partner. Okay, that's how bad this business is. That's how bad this business is. Anyway.
I do remember all this. I remember. And by the way, it was it not kind of the beginning of you being blackballed for having spoken your mind, sort of thing?
Yes. It was rejected from Sundance with a killer doc that had an A-list star in it. Anyway.
Yeah.
The reason I was pissed is we ended up buying time on Velocity. And I said, well, if we're going to buy time, then we get to run the commercials. And we ran a commercial for the doc. And the doc was, get it for Christmas, buy the DVD at Amazon, go to Amazon and click through our blah, 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 blah. It was a whole big thing. And, as it turns out, Amazon was out of stock.
Yeah.
And so no one could click through. And you said to me at some point, Adam, how come nobody but you checks on it? And I always go, because nobody cares, Drew. Nobody cares is the answer. Nobody cares. I don't know why. They don't. So I bought commercial time, ran a commercial for my DVD, told everyone to go to Amazon and click through it, and Amazon had been out of it for a week and didn't get it for another several weeks, and nobody ever checked with Amazon to see if they had it in stock.
When you say nobody, you mean your organization?
No one in my organization, no one in Film Buff, whoever distributed the thing, nobody. Nobody went to Amazon and clicked on it to see how many units they had or if they had it. Nobody. Okay.
Yeah.
But is it because they're bad people, Drew? Or because they're weak people? You know what I mean? They're not bad. They don't care. They're weak. They're not bombers, but they're not celloists.
But you're right. But this is a different kind of scale of weakness that you're putting your finger on here, which is
lazy is a cousin of weakness.
Yes, it's a cousin, but it's also the one where if you don't have skin in the game, back to that conversation I think we had last show, you don't care. And if you don't care, you're not motivated.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Anyway. So I was listening to it and I was kind of intrigued. I was living this thing, getting re-outraged, 10 years on. Jesus fucking Christ. How much of this? There's no way, as I said, as an adult, there's no way I thought I was going to run into so much of this. It's never ending. It's relentless. So this is 10 and a half years ago, Drew. But at the very end, a guy called in and he said, what do we do about political correctness and how do we fight this? And I want you to hear a version of you from 10 and a half years ago on this thing that's happening.
I would have no idea.
Well, you're going to get an idea. So
meaningful to say, but go ahead.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Let me just take one call up here. Chris, 38 Seattle.
Oh, dude.
Yes. Hey, I just wanted to say you guys did great on Sternhurst Asylum, by the way. Both of you really were great on the Howard Stern show, doing the Sternhurst radio show. So good job.
Thank you. But hold on. The asylum thing, they had us each do it.
All right.
Here we go. Talk about that?
No, I want to talk about his question.
All right.
Go ahead.
Gotcha. I wanted to know how either of you would fight back against rampant political correctness at work.
Ugh.
Well, look, the only way
to... you work at a law firm, too.
All right, this is 10 and a half years ago. What would I say? Punch in the mouth. They don't understand anything. We have to just fucking tell them to shut up. We got to move forward. We got to punch them in the mouth.
But I already qualified it, though, by saying this is a law firm. He's in trouble.
I know.
He's going to be.
I know.
Okay.
We're going to listen to it.
How either of you would fight back against rampant political correctness at work?
Ugh.
Well, look, the only way
says you work at a law firm too.
All right, the only way to fight back is the same way they fought back in the 20s, 30s, and 40s when organizers got people together. And let's not forget, those people were beaten by thugs, like in front of the factory.
We're talking about unions.
Yeah, cops were shooting into the crowd. The Dodge brothers hired thugs to come on out. But back then, your peaceful protest turned into a bloody mess.
You forget, I forget which side Ronald Reagan was on. He was involved in one of the bigger riots.
There was a lot of it. I mean, bones were breaking.
Yeah.
Now stones are breaking. They're busting your balls.
Oh.
Now, here's the deal. Chris, here's what I would do, and I've tempted to do it in other places where I've worked. When they have one of those meetings where it's a mandatory cultural diversity meeting or a mandatory sexual harassment meeting, you need to get together, everyone on your floor, and go in unison, we're not attending. And we believe it's infringing on our rights. Make up a religion. Say it's infringing. And here's the answer. If somebody on this floor has an extensive criminal history that involves sexual crimes or rape or hate crimes, sorry, you must go.
Yeah.
To all of us with a clean record, we're not going. And if you terminate us for not going, it's going to be a wrongful termination. Because there's no other facet of life. You must go to a DUI class, Drew. Why? I've never had a DUI. Sorry. It's mandatory. I don't drink and I don't operate heavy equipment. Sorry. You're going. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ironically, the people that don't have to attend these meetings work at brothels. The people that work at accounting agencies must go to these things. You just have to say no. I would say no. I would just go, I'm not going. And they would go, well, then we're going to have to let you go or whatever.
I think he's talking about even just common language.
Well, that's where it starts.
Listen, you got to, sorry, I've said this 200 million times. If we're running a long form thing, you have to hover over the pause button. Okay.
Yeah. So let me. I want to sort of relive that kind of moment.
Mm-hmm.
I would have had zero probability that I could have supported your point of view or done what you were suggesting. I don't think I could have done it then, and under no way could I have foreseen getting COVID is where we ended up.
Right.
That's what gave us COVID. It really is.
Yes.
It's not doing something back then.
Yes.
When we should have.
When we're being crate trained. We're being crate trained as adults. We were being crate trained as adults. Go to this meeting.
Yes.
Why? It's mandatory. Yes. Why? It's a sexual, but I'm married for 20 years. I'm Mormon. Go to the meeting.
Yeah.
That we're being crate trained, and it set the table for COVID and beyond.
Correct.
Whatever's next.
Please do.
All right, but there's only 90 seconds left.
All right.
I just wanted you to listen to me 10 and a half years ago versus Dr. Drew.
I couldn't have. I didn't have. I'm too weak.
We all listen. Too weak.
That's where it starts. And as an attorney, it's wrongful termination. If they fire you because of some language or some whatever, you can sue.
You got to understand something. We live in a world where two-thirds
I don't
of people
care. Sue,
get everyone together. I think you need a better plan.
Better plan than everyone together. Do you have these meetings?
Unfortunately, yes, we do.
Okay,
and
good.
I'm in the learning and development section, so actually I've got to be the one teaching some of these classes.
First thing you do is organize everybody and say, no, none of these meetings. And by the way, there's no correlation between when these meetings started and workplace incidents of sexual harassment
I'm
going down.
Tell you that even to maintain their license with their local bar association, they have to document they've attended these things.
I'm telling you.
No. They will lose their license if this guy doesn't.
Then we'll sue them.
No, the bar.
Look,
you can't fight. You can't fight that.
Fuck that, Drew. Can I tell you this?
Mm-hmm.
When they were,
in the meantime, your license is encumbered, and you've been years unable to make a living. What the fuck,
Drew?
They have.
I didn't tell you it was going to be easy. Just like it's not easy to go out in front of the GM plant and get beat on by hooligans and thugs. Of course, if everyone go, look, if you stop working that press punch right now and go up front, there's guys with baseball bats waiting for you, and they went out front and got it from the guys with the baseball bats. Some worse, many killed.
But I would listen to this. The reason they're willing to do that is because they weren't getting it paid. They were getting abused at the workforce. These guys have a lucrative living that they'd have to turn in.
Right. Be a puss like Dr. Drew.
I'm just saying, how do you motivate people?
I'm telling you, you go from cubicle to cubicle. You get a united front.
It's not going to be cubicle. It's going to be front window, corner office to corner office.
Do nothing. Matt, go ahead.
I'm
ahead.
suggesting
Matt,
a different
plan.
plan.
Matt, we're done. Go ahead.
It's over.
Be a puss like me. Be a puss like me. That's what that episode should be called.
Nothing.
Be a puss like Drew.
Do nothing. That was 10 and a half years ago. I've tried to sound the alarm. Alarm.
I remember. Well, first of all, there's something interesting in here, which is that it is the attorneys that brought us all of this.
Yes.
And they brought it at a time when I watched people with serious personality disorders abuse the legal system. And when the legal system caught on to what was happening, they put slap cases in and things like that, put barriers on their ability to act out through the courtroom. And then they became the attorneys.
Yes.
And then they became the judges. And then they became the politicians. And that's the stage we're in right now. Yes. It's not good. It's not good.
I agree. That's from...
Everyone listen to me.
Was it from January 2015? I'm sorry. Yeah. It's 10 and a half years ago. I told everyone, you better fucking stand up. They don't understand anything but a punch in the face. They will keep going. Now we're sitting around going, yeah, wrongful termination, sue CBS News, sue your employer for trying to get you vaccinated, and slow their fucking roll. We understand what I said 10 and a half years ago.
But like everything, Adam, it takes what it takes. People have to get to the point where they can do these things. Just like the guys getting beat up by the union leader, by the mobs.
We have to wait for dumb people to listen to me.
Me. I'm dumb.
Listen to me.
I'm weak.
No, you're just weak. You're just weak, Drew. There's nothing. You're not dumb. You just lack character. No.
Fuck you.
There is no solution other than punch in the mouth. You were still in
thank God we're there.
You were in a negotiate. You're not there. You're not even close to negotiation anymore. You can't.
No.
You want to negotiate with Hamas?
Now we know it.
Or you just want to bomb them?
Now we know it.
Right.
We're there.
Right. You want to talk to Iran about their nuclear program for another 10 years. You want to get a bunker buster.